Welcome back, everyone, to our Explainer series. Today, we're diving into part 6 of our 10-part tutorial, Generative AI for Everyday Life, a friendly guide for older adults. This wonderfully relaxed, go-at-your-own-pace guide was thoughtfully put together by Virtualization Options, LLC. They're a fantastic research and education organization based out in Colorado. We're going to take our time with Chapter 6 today, and I am just absolutely thrilled to be your guide. So go ahead, grab a cup of coffee or tea, get comfortable, and let's explore this fascinating topic together. Before we really get going, I want to set the stage a bit. This explainer, it's designed specifically for you. Curious, confident adults who are ready to see what the future looks like, but without any of that annoying pressure or rushing around. Think of our time today as a warm, totally unhurried space. We're just having a friendly chat, not sitting through some scary, high-speed tech lecture. The real beauty of these tools, and of our tutorial today really, is that whether you want to tinker for 5 minutes, or maybe spend an hour experimenting later this afternoon, you are completely in the driver's seat. We're learning together at your pace. No rush, no pop quiz at the end, and absolutely no wrong way to do this. It's all about making the technology work for you on your terms. Okay, let's jump right into Section 1, a friendly guide to AI. What is AI anyway? We hear this term everywhere on the news, right? And it's usually wrapped up in all this confusing sci-fi jargon that makes it sound like, I don't know, something out of a futuristic movie. Well, we're going to just strip all of that away right now. The definition we're working with is actually beautifully simple. Artificial intelligence, or AI, is a computer program that understands your questions and answers in everyday language, exactly like a real conversation. That's literally the heart of it. And what's great is that modern tech is increasingly designed with accessibility in mind, so interfaces often use nice, large, clear text that's easy on the eyes. You don't need to know how to write computer code, you don't need to memorize a bunch of complex keyboard shortcuts. You just type or speak to it in plain English, exactly like you were chatting over the fence with a neighbor. Moving on to our next section, your very smart helper, just like a knowledgeable friend. So now that we know it just speaks plain English, let's talk about how to actually visualize this in your day-to-day life. It is so easy to picture some cold, intimidating computer program that you're terrified you'll break if you click the wrong button, right? But the reality is actually so much warmer and way more approachable. Just think of AI as a helpful friend who happens to have read, well, millions of books. Imagine, for example, you're trying to remember the name of that fantastic 1950s movie you saw at the drive-in, or maybe you want to write a sweet anniversary poem for your spouse, but just can't find the right words. This ridiculously knowledgeable friend is always there to chat any time of day, and you never even need an appointment. It's really just a smart helper sitting right on your device, ready to brainstorm, answer questions, or help satisfy a sudden moment of curiosity. Next up, an important one, AI can be wrong. And that's okay. Let's get into a really crucial topic that Chapter 6 covers in detail, and that's misinformation. We need to be crystal clear about something right out of the gate because, well, it honestly surprises people at first. AI can be wrong. And honestly, that is completely okay. You just need to watch out for what the tech folks call hallucinations. Now, all this funny little industry term means is that the AI sometimes just makes things up or provides incorrect answers. It might give you an answer that sounds super confident, but is actually completely wrong. Like it might confidently tell you the wrong year for the moon landing or mix up the sugar and flour measurements in a classic baking recipe. But I want this to really sink in. The AI is not trying to trick you, it's not deceiving you, it simply gets things wrong sometimes, making an honest mistake exactly like any human being might when trying to remember a mountain of information. Because of those honest little mistakes, rule number 2 in our guide is absolutely vital. Always, always double-check important facts with a trusted source. If you're asking the AI for information about a new medication, or maybe a tricky tax question, or something to do with your retirement finances, you absolutely must verify that information. Talk to your actual doctor, go to a verified government website, call your lawyer, or consult a professional. AI is an amazing, powerful tool to help you gather your thoughts or learn about a new hobby, but it absolutely does not replace the human experts in your life. Use it as a helpful assistant for sure, but keep your trusted professionals on speed dial for the big, important life stuff. Okay, here's a highly practical way to think about this in your everyday life. Think of AI as a helpful first draft, not the final word. Say you need to write a stern but polite email to a contractor who's fixing your roof, and you just aren't quite sure how to word it without sounding too harsh. The AI can write a brilliant first draft for you in literally seconds. It's a fantastic starting point that saves you from the frustration of just staring blankly at a screen. But you should still read it over, tweak the tone, make sure the details are actually accurate, and make it sound like you before hitting send. When you look at the technology this way, as a brainstorming partner giving you a rough sketch, you get all the wonderful benefits of your new smart helper without having to blindly trust every single word it outputs. And that brings us to our final section. Trust your good judgment. You are still in charge. This brings us to such a wonderfully empowering conclusion from this chapter. You are the one driving this interaction. Like the quote says, your own good judgment still matters most, and it's probably better than you think. I mean, think about the decades of common sense, problem solving, and lived experience you bring to the table. That wisdom, that is the absolute best tool you have when exploring generative AI. You already know how to spot a fishy claim, you know when a deal sounds way too good to be true, and you know exactly when to ask a professional for a second opinion. The technology might be brand new, sure, but human nature and the need for good old-fashioned common sense, that hasn't changed one bit. Trust yourself and let your lifetime of experience guide exactly how you use this new tool. You've got the life experience, you know the ground rules, and you know this is really just a friendly, accessible tool that speaks plain English. You definitely don't need to be a tech wizard to use it. You just need to be yourself and bring your natural curiosity. So I'm going to leave you with this thought to ponder today. What will you ask your new smart helper first? Are you going to ask for a long-lost family recipe, maybe a summary of a historical event you lived through just to see how it compares to your own memories? Or, hey, maybe just a really good joke to tell the grandkids this weekend. The possibilities are entirely in your hands, just waiting to be explored. Thank you so much for joining me for part 6 of this explainer. Have an absolutely wonderful time experimenting out there, and I will see you in the next chapter.